I'll have to ask John next time I see him.
Because he said they would do that, and of course, the most I ever got to do was I got to go to John's office and sign a bunch of documents one time. That was about it. Yeah, let's go.
We ready?
Yes, sir.
Brian, would you like to lead us in that?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome to the January 23rd Board of County Commissioners. On my right is Commissioner Kevin Cook, who represents District 2, and on my left is Commissioner Aaron Mays, who represents District 3, and I'm Bill Rippon, and I represent District 1. So good morning.
Good morning.
Very good. 56 more days till spring. So, we have a couple items we need to move on the agenda. We're going to pull item C1. And then under the consent agenda, we are going to take out consent agenda item 10 and move it to H3.
Is this a test for the county clerk? I
This
just wanna
is
know.
a test
Okay.
for the county clerk.
Okay, all right.
Okay. All right. We're ready, first item?
Okay, item 3, consent agenda.
I move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner May, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor, say aye. Those opposed, motion carries 3-0. Next item.
Item 4, new business A, county clerk number 1, consider all voucher payments.
Commissioners, this morning we have vouchers that total $2,212,401.86. The highlights out of the voucher report with our holding accounts with the state of Kansas, $606,249.95, followed up by building and maintenance, which is $192,210, $192,103.35. Then with our equipment fund with $124,689,083. Both of those have payments to Bettis, which are construction projects through the 29th Street. And then we have our health insurance with $116,037.91. And then finally facilities of $9,620.82. Those are kind of the highlights, and the facility was work that we had done at the courthouse with cleaning. And so I would move for approval.
Second. Motion's been made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor, say aye. Those opposed, motion carries 3-0. Next item.
Item A2, consider correction orders.
I would move that we approve the correction orders.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor, say aye. Those opposed, motion carries 3-0. Next item.
Item A3, consider approval of a renewal of a tax exemption incentive for economic development for year 2 for Research-Fied Food, Inc. They have met the requirements as required under their under Resolution 2018-39. They have maintained their 40 full-time positions, and they have paid their fee, and Counselor's Office has reviewed it, so I recommend approval.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner May, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor, say aye. Those opposed, motion carries 3-0. Next item.
Item A4, consider renewal of tax exemption incentive for economic development for year 9 for Hill's Pet Nutrition. And they as an aside for Hills, we do have a representative from Hills here today, as well as Attorney Lucky DeFreeze is here. He has been preparing for in case you have any questions for anyone. But they have maintained their employees, and they have paid their fee, and I recommend approval.
Any questions?
I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Mays. All in favor, say aye. Those opposed, motion carries 3-0. Next item.
Item A5, consider approval of annual renewal of Federal Home Loan Bank of Topeka Industrial Revenue Bond Tax Exemption for 2020. And this is, of course, also a tax exemption, but this is an industrial revenue bond tax exemption, a little bit different than the economic development. But they have paid their taxes, which is a requirement. And other than that, it's, everything, then they have a approval or have a application that has to go through the appraiser's office. That has all been prepared, and so, again, we have recommending that you approve their renewal.
I'll move that we approve.
Second?
Motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Mays. All in favor, say aye. Those opposed, motion carries 3-0. Next item.
Item A6, consider approval of annual renewal of MHI Topeka LP, another industrial revenue bond tax exemption for 2020. And this is, again, they have paid their taxes, and this is, they have been doing this since 2016, have met all the requirements, and just recommending that they're doing what they're required to do, let's put it that way, so.
I'll move for approval.
Second. Motion's been made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor, say aye. Those opposed, motion carries 3-0. Next item.
Okay, and the last, A7, consider approval of annual renewal of Topeka Hospital Association LLC, IRB, tax exemption for 2020. This is St. Francis. This is the, this has been long coming, we went through a lot of struggles with St. Francis to get where we are, and so this is very definitely, they have met their requirements, they've paid their taxes, and I'm very happy to say we recommend approval of this IRB.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner May, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor, say aye. Those opposed, motion carries 3-0. Next item.
Item B, solid waste. Number 1, consider approval of request to issue a request for proposal for the transportation, including transport equipment and recycling of the department's 3 mixed glass at no cost to the solid waste department.
Good morning, Commissioners. Bill Sutton, Director of Solid Waste. Back on January 6th, when I came before you requesting the construction of the concrete pad, that generated several questions about the glass recycling going forward in Shawnee County. And I'd like to take a few moments just to clarify the glass recycling before I actually get into the request. When Shawnee County started their recycling program back 2011, 2012, there was a great demand for recyclables from China. That was where our recyclables were going. There's a great demand, and there was revenue coming back to the county. China in 2017 basically curtailed all imports, banned solid or the recyclables, and those they did take, they set a unachievable low contamination rate. So as a result, there's a huge supply of recyclables now, but no demand. Communities across the nation, to include Knoxville, Fairfax County, Oklahoma City, Omaha, they have all curtailed and banned glass from their their curbside recycling, and are going to a separate glass recycle program. So in reality, Shawnee County is about a year to 18 months actually behind the curve of this transition. So like I said, we are now paying money to process our recyclables with our vendor, and we are looking to get this glass out of the single stream recycling and process it separately. So going forward at this request, we are requesting permission to issue a request for proposal for the transporting, to include transport equipment and the recycling of glass at no cost to the county. Subject to your questions.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
So Shawnee County Solid Waste, if I understand you, Bill, what you're trying to do is you're trying to keep that glass out of the local landfill. And
Yes.
that's what we had that was occurring when the recycling efforts stopped with what we had. It was going back into the landfill, and so this is a way for us to try and keep it from going into our landfill and finding an alternate recycler.
That is correct. Currently, I'm paying an actual disposal fee for that glass, which is ultimately ending into the landfill. So we are seeking a more sustainable route for our recycled glass product.
And when that occurred, I mean, it was things that were outside of our control with the recycling, what China was buying with glass at that time.
Yes.
What is the three-mix glass?
Three-mix glass is what the industry calls it. It's basically clear, the brown glass, and then any other color. So it's just a three-mix of glass.
Okay. All right. What's your-
I'll move for approval.
I'll second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Mays. All in favor, say aye. Those opposed, motion carries 3-0. Next item.
Item B2, consider approval of request to issue a request for quotation for 7 various pieces of motorized equipment for a total estimated cost of $1,287 after considering the trade-in value of $301,000 for the existing equipment with funding from the 2020 Solid Waste Fund.
Good morning, Commissioners. Bill Sutton, Solid Waste. This is our annual vehicle purchase that was approved last year. Just to highlight what we're requesting, and I have some photos just to clarify what we're asking for. We're asking for 3 automated side loaders there to the top right, 1 roll-off truck there in the middle, and then 1 front load vehicle there on the lower right. We're also asking for 1 supervisor truck. We are looking at possibly leasing that vehicle as well, just to with our enterprise. That multi-pack chassis compactor body, that is a vehicle that we have found this year. It is a new emerging vehicle. There is only 1 in Kansas, down in the city of Hillsborough, and we actually went down and looked at this vehicle. This vehicle is unique because it combines both the side load and the rear load into 1 vehicle. So like Public Works a couple weeks ago, they wanted that, that combination, that diversity. This 1 vehicle basically takes the place of 2 vehicles. So we can either run it on a recycle route or we could run it on a regular refuse route as well. The estimated expenditure is, like I said, $1,298,000, considering our estimated trade-in value. This is not taxpayer funded and 100% user fee funded. Subject to your questions, gentlemen.
Any questions? I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Mays. All in favor, say aye. Those opposed, motion carries 3-0. Thank you, Bill. Next item.
Okay, item C has been pulled. Item D, emergency management, number 1, consider approval of request to authorize payment of $4,080 per agreement with the United States Geological Society for Wakarusa stream gauge operating costs with funding from the Emergency Management 2020 budget.
Morning, Commissioners. Nelson Castile, Emergency Management. I need to correct what it says there on the agenda thing there. This will be actually 2019, but it was encumbered funds from 2019 and not 2020 going forward, and I'll explain that. This is our standard agreement that we've had in place since, I believe, 2010 for the Wakarusa River stream gauge down there off of Jordan Road that we use for our situational awareness. You'll notice some different dates there on the invoice and the agreement. It took the federal mothership up there quite a bit of time to get this to us. We only got it a couple weeks ago, so we knew it was coming. We encumbered the monies for 2019 to pay for it, and it's coming for you so we can get it through the system.
Questions?
Move for approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Mays. All in favor, say aye. Those opposed, motion carries 3-0.
Mr. Chairman, if I
Yes.
could note that my motion was to have it as presented, with it being the 2019 encumbered funds as opposed from the 2020 budget.
So noted.
Thank you.
Okay, next item.
Item D2, consider authorization and execution of contract C16-2020 with the Northeast Kansas Homeland Security Council for the transfer of a grant-funded stop movement trailer from Lynn County to Shawnee County with no direct cost to accept the trailer.
Good morning again. This is to clear up some paperwork with the DHS grant-funded equipment that we have. This was transferred over to Shawnee County. Somewhere in there, it did not, the paperwork did not make it up to the state that manages this program. This completes that and lets us move forward with all that. This is no cost to Shawnee County, and this trailer is a vital asset that contains barricades and cones and some lights on it. And this would be used in an agricultural emergency. We used it during the country stampede, several parades, things of that nature.
Was this a type of trailer that we'd been borrowing from some other county or city at one point?
Previous to the 2014 project that made this available, yes, we would borrow one. We would actually borrow this exact trailer either from Lynn County, Kansas, which is down to the east, or Riley County, Kansas, up there in Manhattan. And so what it did was it allowed two smaller trailers for two other jurisdictions where they had vehicles that could pull it, and they gave us the larger one because we have a vehicle that can pull it.
Any questions? I'll make a motion to approve.
Second?
Motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon, second by Commissioner Mays. All in favor, say aye. Those opposed, motion carries 3-0.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Next item.
Item E, Information Technology. Number 1, consider authorization and execution of Contract C-17-2020, reference Contract C-66-2019 with Optiv for the renewal of annual firewall maintenance, including upgrades at a cost of $60,331.66 with funding from the Information Technology 2020 budget.
Good morning, Commissioners. Frank McGee, Information Technologies. These are the appliances that we use to detect intrusions into our network and control traffic in and out of our network. And I'm here to answer any questions you have about it.
I don't have any
Questions?
I'll move for approval.
I'll second. Motion's been made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor, say aye. Those opposed, motion carries 3-0. Next item.
Item E2, consider authorization and execution of Contract C-18-2020, reference Contract C-43-2019 with Eagle Technologies for annual maintenance of the software and hardware used to provide data backup services for most of the county's applications and file servers at a total cost of $12,099.16 with funding from the 2020 budget.
Frank McGee, Information Technology again. This is the hardware and the software that we use to back up all of our servers and automate our backups.
Questions?
I have no questions. Move for approval.
I'll second. Motion's been made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor, say aye. Those opposed, motion carries 3-0. Thank you, Frank.
Thank you.
Next item.
Item F, Health Department. Number 1, consider approval of request to create and fill a facilities building supervisor for the Health Department with a salary including benefits of $52,636 with funding from the 2020 Shawnee County Health Department budget.
Good morning, Commissioners. Linda Oaks from the Health Department. We are requesting to create and fill this position for the Health Department. We are changing how we've done maintenance in the past. This person would be supervised by Bill Kroll in the Facilities Department. I think that just makes sense to centralize that service. This person would be the building supervisor for the McVicker building, the J.P. Lewis building, and the 10th Street buildings. Those two buildings. We did need a specific position with the Health Department, however, because of some of the specialized training, such as incident command system, shipping hazardous materials, and bloodborne pathogens. So I have discussed this with Angela Lewis with HR, Betty Greiner with Audit Finance, and Bill Kroll. Everyone is in agreement that this is a good way to go forward, so we'd ask your approval today, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Okay, so we're adding a position at this point? Is that what
We're creating a position. We will not add a person more than we've had in the past.
okay.
Be the same number.
Yes.
This is the position that was previously held, or from our maintenance facility that had been with us for many, many years and just recently passed away.
That is correct. Charles McPeak had this position for 34 years.
And so we're just kind of realigning it so that it's with facility, and so that while we still have some health department correlation when it comes to the hazardous materials and incident command, but it would be with facility management so that they're kind of overseeing that.
That's correct. Charles was involved in the remodeling of both those buildings. He knew those buildings inside and out. So we've lost that expertise. So that is a main reason why I did want to do this. The health department would still continue to fund this position.
Any other?
No.
I would move that we approve.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Mays. All in favor, say aye. Those opposed, motion carries 3-0.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Lynn. Next item.
Item G, Facilities Management, number 1, consider approval of request to enter into contract negotiations with Shawnee Construction for pavement, stair, railing, and light renovations to the main entrance of the courthouse at an estimated cost of $211,849, with approximately $100,000 in funding from the 2015 COP deferred capital and the annual funding, additional funding from the project fund created for this purpose.
Good morning, Commissioners. Bill Kroll, Facilities Maintenance Director. This item, we did the RFP for the work out front of this building on the south side, the stairs, the railing, some of the sidewalk area, and the lighting. Back in 2019, we didn't have enough funding from that 2015 deferred capital, and late in 2019, you approved creating a special fund to add some funds to that so that we could continue with this work. Shawnee Construction, we reviewed that with Professional Services Committee. There were 2 bidders, Shawnee and Shirley. Shawnee came in low. We've worked with Shawnee before, we've worked with Shirley before. We're comfortable with Shawnee. So the Professional Services Selection Committee did go ahead and select Shawnee unanimously, and we're just asking permission to enter into contract negotiations with them. I have visited with Shawnee, and they think they can even bring that number down under that $211,000. So we're hopeful of that as well. So just asking a chance to move forward with the contract negotiations.
I did have a question. What lighting are we talking about?
There's some kind of pit lights that shine up on the side of the building that have all shorted out over the years. And there's actually some like small sconce lighting on the stairs that probably hasn't worked in 30 or 40 years that we want to get redone as well.
Okay.
Well, I move for approval. We need to get these stairs fixed out front of the courthouse there.
They're a little wobbly.
Wobbly shape, and so get it done.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Mays. All in favor? Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you.
Bill. Next item.
Item H, Commission, number 1, consider appointment of Melinda Kufal to the Juvenile Corrections Advisory Board, filling an unexpired term ending June 30, 2023.
Yes.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor, say aye. Those opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Next item.
Item A2, consider canceling the February 6th Commission meeting.
Move for approval.
Second. Motion's been made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor, say aye. Those opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Next item.
Item A3, consider approval of request to purchase 8 2020 Dodge Durangos approved CIP project from August 2019 at a cost of $257,717.44, with a difference of $7,717.44 paid from the Federal Forfeiture Fund. And this is a request from the Sheriff's Office.
Good morning, Betty Griner, Director of Administrative Services. Back in August, when we discussed and approved our capital improvement plan, at that point in time, $250,000 was approved out of our 2020 capital outlay for the purchase of sheriff's vehicles. Now, that is the funding piece of this. Then they have to go through the normal purchasing policy to actually make these purchases. So this request is to actually purchase 8 2020 Dodge Durangos. The amount that they need to spend actually came in a little higher than the $250,000. The $257,000 $1,717.44. So the sheriff's office is going to use federal forfeiture funds for that additional amount, and then the $250,000 will come out of the county's capital outlay fund. I'm sorry? And someone's here from the sheriff's department if you have any questions.
Are these pursuit vehicles? Is that what these are?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Captain Tom Brown, Sheriff's Office. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Pursuit-rated vehicles. Replace or finish some of our current patrol cars.
These are probably vehicles you can't lease.
You know, we've explored that a couple of years ago. I believe Major Shane Hugler and Ms. Greiner explored that option here a couple of years ago. And at that time, it didn't seem to be fiscally responsible for the sheriff's office or the county to do that at that time. You know, it's an option we can look at in the future, but right now, we need to actually get these vehicles replaced. Typically mile them out between 80 and 100,000, and we've got several that were ready to be downed.
Any other questions? I would move that we approve.
I'll second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Mays. All in favor, say aye. Those opposed, motion carries 3-0.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item.
Item 5, Administrative Communications.
Okay, this time, any of the administrators would like to make any comments, or the public, you're welcome to talk at this time.
Good morning, Commissioners. Kellen Seitz, Inspector Venue Management in the Stormont Vale Event Center. We finished up a great weekend of events this past weekend with 2 Pilots hockey games and WWE. The Pilots are tearing through their competition. Looks like we're on pace to get some playoff games at the building here coming up in April, so looking forward to that. And WWE went extremely well. Despite the Chiefs making it into the Super Bowl, that caused a little lag in attendance there on the last day, but some exciting stuff that has happened this week. We just announced a concert on Tuesday with Alice Cooper, Tesla, and Lita Ford. They'll be coming to the building on Saturday, June 6th. Pre-sale tickets go on sale today at 10 o'clock, and the public on sale is tomorrow at 10 o'clock. So looking forward to getting that one in this summer.
Thanks. Thank you. Anyone else? Parks and Rec? Nothing? Oh, all right, okay. Commissioner Cook,
I have nothing today.
Commissioner Mays?
Nothing from me either.
Well, I've been busy. I did attend a Pilots game. It was exciting. It was a blowout, 4-1 in a hockey game. It's pretty much a blowout. So it was a good game, and I enjoyed myself. And I think everybody there, especially the little kids, if you haven't been to a hockey game, they do a lot of things there that involve the kids. They can go down and help pick up pucks when they do the chuck-a-puck thing. And then a lot of times they set up tables at one end zone, and they let the kids go down and get autographs from the players. And so there's a lot of involvement you see with the kids that you don't see in a lot of professional sports. So I think it's a great venue to have here in Topeka. So also I attended the Kansas Association of Counties. They hosted Local Government Day, so it was a good event because they got to hear about some of the hot button items they're going to be talking about at the State House this year, and how they affect counties, and it was a good event. So but that's it for me. We have no need for an executive session, so we're adjourned. All right. Bring it on.
Bring
Bring on the paperwork.
Not till I hear.